Ah, lovely. Oh, it's cold. Hello, darlings, and the warmest of warmly warm welcomes to Friday Night Live, where we are going together to wave away the week and to welcome in the weekend. My goodness me, yes. What? I should cocoa, I should rub a dub, and so on and so forth. Also, fifth, if we believe in inflation. I might do that tonight. I might do inflationary language. Everything else suffers from inflation, doesn't it? Petrol, well, all the important things, petrol, fags, wine. So maybe language should have inflation too. So fourth should become so fifth. You get the drift. I'll see if I can keep that up, as the bishop said to the actress. Right then, darlings. I hope you are all well. The good news is that whilst I'm not feeling perfectly well, not quite, not well, actually, not by quite a long chalk. However, I am definitely not feeling quite as beaten up as I was this time last night and the night before. I'm a little less poorly, darling, and that augurs well for the future, does it not? Perhaps I might survive this wretched lurgy after all. Anyway, there we are. So, um, my day has been relatively uneventful, apart from my Land Rover being hit by a bus. Other than that, it's just been quite a nice, chilled, quietish, pottering about sort of day. Now, how have your days been? I'd love to hear about it. Oh, my heart is aching to know what you've been eating, darlings. Oh, yes. Do tell me about your breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Let's see if we've got any community snaps. And other than that, then just sit in my lap and we'll talk about the first thing that comes up. Anything you like, anything goes. It's Friday. Let's let our hair down. The weekend is almost upon us. Oh, marvelous. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll just set out the immediate agenda. Is it an agenda? How many items? Because if there's only one item on an agenda, it's not an agenda, it's an agendum. Hands up who did Latin at school. No, there are two items, so it is an agenda rather than an agendum. So, number one on the list, drink some wine. Oh God, I've been looking forward to you. I can't wait to get you inside me. As the actress said to the bishop. More on that story later, possibly not read by Hugh Edwards. Other perverts are available. Sorry, you have to say that with the BBC. Um, right, yeah. And then after that, after I've dived into that wine, in much the same way that I would dive into Alanis Morissette's Moist and No, I can't say that. Don't go there. Why do you insist on bringing your live stream down to such a base level? It's not necessary, and quite frankly, it's childish. Honestly, you can't get a decent presenter when you want one, can you? Uh, so I'm going to have a slurp of wine, a bit of a cough by the sound of it, and then I'm going to dive into your comments, darling. So here we go. Item one on the agenda. Cheers, your very good health. Bottoms up yours. Oh, yes. Wine, do your thing. Oh, there it is. There it is. Oh, ooh. Oh, if you do that, oh God, that doesn't have add to it. Oh, that doesn't half add to it when you just slosh it about the old bread basket a bit. Oh, marvellous. Gosh. Oh, dear me, my eyes are watering. That one was worth waiting for, darlings. Pardon me. The ultimate professional. That's me. Now then, on with the meat and vegetables of this Sunday roast. Well, Friday roast, really, but you get what I mean. It's an allegory or a metaphor or a metabolic steroid, something of that nature. Jimmy Quinn, first cab off the rank. Good evening, Boaty and all. Lord Stiff Upper Lip. Do you know what? My eyesight is, you know how, oh dear, sometimes things just take a step. I realised today that my eyesight has actually become considerably worse. Only in bad light. In good light, I'm okay, but I'm struggling a bit. God, I might have to find out how to go into my iPad doings and make everything a little bit bigger, because you can do that, can't you? Lord Stiff Upper Lip is with us and says, milking your way in the making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Wouldn't you like to get away? Sometimes you want to go. I started too high. Darlings. Where everybody knows your name. Oh, God. Now, I know that it's the theme tune to a TV series, an American one. I think it was set in a bar. Somebody remind me of the name, so I've got a mental block on it. So, yeah, please remind me of the name if you could. Cheers. Oh, Barry is here. What a treat. That guy from SETI Alpha 5. Hello. I just got home and it's a treat to be here. It's a bloody treat to have you, Barry. And nothing less. Oh, you're such a top of the range member of the old inner scrotum. I can't say much about the new work, says Barry, apart from disabled people are not getting the help they need. It'll take a few months to correct, but I get to travel home every weekend. Oh, that's good. That's good. We were worried about Karen being stuck on her own for too long. We didn't dare say so because we're frightened of her. But we're not allowed to say that we're frightened of her because then she shouts at us and says, "Stop with the shit." The lovely Sean is here, watching as I edit my video for tomorrow morning, which includes a nighttime walk this evening. Now then, of course, the old weight loss challenge thing has become a bit more official now, hasn't it? I'm not sure if anybody else is going to join us, but there are three of us: the M11, myself, and Mr. Cameron of the Sean James flavour. We are all embarking on a journey that will hopefully lead to two of the king's stones of lost adipose tissue, darlings. And I can tell you in no uncertain terms that I have been taking this very seriously indeed. Now, I'm not one to tell tales, but if you've seen the M11's video, she has confessed openly on YouTube that she has totally ignored her own weight loss challenge and has done nothing different this last week. Not me, darlings. I have been fastidious in controlling my foodal intake, and I have been, mad to the point of sheer howling lunacy in terms of upping my exercise rate. And it will be 1 week for me on Wednesday, and I've been monitoring my weight very carefully on a daily basis, and I'm confident that I will reach my 2-stone weight loss target by next Wednesday. So I've got a lot more work to do. I've got to be careful about what I shove down the old little red lane. But yeah, that is my goal. I want to be the first of us to hit my target. And you know me, ultra competitive. So I'm going at it hammer and tongs. Oh yeah. And I have got a quiet confidence that you can possibly sense exuding from my very pores. Here, let me waft some of my quiet confidence in your direction. Inhale the musky aroma of my confidence, darlings. Yes, enjoy that. Sorry about the wine fumes. But maybe Sean's nighttime work is to do with his own efforts in that direction. All will be revealed in his video tomorrow morning. And on the subject of videos, thank you to everybody who has watched, liked, and or commented on today's video, which I've got very good feedback for. It was one of those that I just thought, no, I haven't got anything special, so this will do. And it seems to be going down rather well. So I'm glad you enjoyed the little insight into my recent history. Peter P is with us, the fabulous Peter P. The lovely Karen is here, wife of Barry, but very much a proud feminine woman in her own right. I think you'll find. Oh, Barry's going to get his kit together and then he's going to drive down and join Karen, who is at the Lake of Ozarks. What's an Ozark? Is it a type of bird? It's Bike Fest this weekend. Ah, there we are. And Karen's going to have a Papos Pizza ready for Barry when he gets here. What in the name of Bernard's buttocks is a Papos Pizza? Dear, oh dear. America, a land separated from Blighty by a common language. Matron is here. Jolly good. Hello, Matron. Hello, everyone, says Matron. Good evening and hope you're all well. I am actually fully awake and with it tonight and on my PC. Good for you, Matron. The one and only Neil, the Neil. Hey-oh, just got out of the cinema, so we'll be driving back, but we'll join in the madness when we're back home. Hope everyone is well, and we hope you are well as well. Boaty juice. I like that. I like that. Let's have another slurp of Boaty juice. Oh, marvelous. Oh, God, that's so nice. A half decent wine is a wonderful thing, darlings. A wonderful thing. And the only thing that can improve upon a half decent wine is the very best of company. And I am blessed with each and every one of you. And I only wish I could express my gratitude for you all a little bit more personally. I would love nothing more than to track you all down, throw you into the back of a van, and then when I've rounded you all up, put you in a large room, turn the lights off, and hug and tickle each and every one of you until you wet yourselves and start to dribble and shake and kind of scream out with fear. All of that sort of thing. Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? Wouldn't it be nice if I could hug you? And tickle you until you wet your pants. And wouldn't it be... Dear, oh dear. You can see I'm feeling a bit better, can't you? The silliness is back. Andrew Buttigieg is here, who we used to know and love as Ivor Spotty Butty, but we respect his position to move on from being Ivor Spotty Butty. And I certainly won't disrespect his decision to move on by constantly referencing Ivor Spotty Butty when it comes to the lovely Andrew Buttigieg. That would be wrong of me. And for that reason, I'm out. Is Duncan Guillotine still alive? I used to like him on Dragon's Blair. Excuse. Oh, is that a telephone call? It's a bit quiet. I must have it on silent or quiet or something. Hold on, let me turn you up or put the sound on or do something. Hold on. Volume? Oh, no, that's not it. Oh, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Boaty.
Oh, it's Sophie. Hello,
Hello,
Soph.
dear.
How are you, darling?
I'm good, thank you. I'm really happy and I've had a lovely night.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Yeah, we've been on a date night tonight. We watched Beetlejuice in the cinema.
Oh, nice. Is Neil going to get lucky tonight?
But maybe.
Ah,
We'll see.
well done, mate. Enjoy.
How are you anyway? Are you okay? How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm grand. I'm not feeling quite as bad as I have been the last couple of nights, so that's good.
Oh dear. This COVID is ridiculous now. Getting past a joke, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about writing a complaint email.
Oh, don't blame me, I would.
Yeah, I think I might.
But no, I have got some good news, and one person does know because I did ring her up and tell her today.
Oh.
But I went to bingo yesterday.
Oh.
Yesterday night at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Literally didn't really want. I was off for 50-50 of like not going because I'm not really good with it. But I thought to give it a go, and Neil said, "Come on, go and enjoy yourself."
Why not?
So I basically went in. I struggled with the paper stamps ones where you have to stamp them with the little stamper.
Ah, the dabber.
So
dabber.
Yeah.
Dabber is the technical term.
Yeah, it's bloody fast though, isn't it? When
it
they
is.
do the numbers.
Darling,
Jesus Christ.
Let me give you a secret insight into the life of Boaty. I have been to the bingo on many occasions, not for a long time, but yeah, I have been. I'm familiar with dibbers and dabbers. I'm familiar with doing a book of 6 Dewberry Firkins, and I'm familiar with the speed that the caller goes. Sorry, Soph, go on, darling.
No, it's okay. I actually thought that was really interesting, actually.
Good God.
But no, I went in and I basically had to get a laptop, so I changed to a little laptop where it did it for me, which I found quite easy, and it cost me £6.
Oh, okay.
So I paid for that, had a free drink, had a glass of wine.
Nice.
Sat down and then started. And then to the end, I didn't really win anything because obviously with bingo, come to literally the end, I had a little booklet with you have to put your coins in the machines.
Oh yeah.
So me and my friend went into the machine area because obviously we were allowed, and I put £1 in, and I was playing on this witch game where it was like Diamantes, where you have to join them obviously to win.
Uh-huh.
And I just pressed the button and literally was paying for it. Guess how much I came out with in the end?
£4.50.
No, don't be silly. More than that.
More?
Yes.
£8.
No, way more.
£15.
No, do you want me to tell you?
Go on.
I literally brought back £510.
Bugger off. You didn't?
Yes, I did.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, and that was just on only one game.
Bloody hell. Oh, wow.
So literally, I was absolutely buzzing, and Neil didn't believe me because I literally went outside, obviously, because him and his friend come and pick me and my friend up.
Oh, yeah, he would have thought that you went out on the game.
He thought I was joking.
That's where you got the money from.
He thought I was literally getting his head off. He was like, "No, you haven't. Go away. Don't take the mick." I went, "I have. I've literally come back with £510. Literally looked in my purse. I opened my purse and I went, "There you go, there's the proof." And there's literally all £10 and £25 notes in there. And he was just like gobsmacked. He didn't believe me.
Bloody hell.
So yeah, lucky night last night. We just had a date night tonight, and that's it. And we've literally just got back home safe just to come and see you on your live.
Oh, bless you. Oh, well, congratulations. It couldn't happen to a nicer person.
Oh, bless you.
510
Well, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing if I need anything. I've got the money for it, haven't I? So
you certainly have.
It's going to it's either going to the half for a wedding.
Good idea.
Or it's either if we need it, it's there for us if we're in the crap, basically.
Yeah.
But we're all good.
A little bit of rainy day money is always a good idea.
Exactly. But no, I'm glad you're feeling better, and I hope everyone is okay and had a lovely day.
Bless you, darling.
I just hope everyone's fine. because it is getting really cold now, and I hope you're all getting your water bottles ready because I'll be soon.
Bloody is getting cold, yeah. Dear,
literally,
dear.
I went out earlier, like little jacket overcoat thing with my vest on because I get warm with quite a lot of tops on, so I have to wear like a vest top. And I thought it's not even like summer's gone, but I'm quite warm. Got outside, I was bloody freezing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But no. Well, I'm going to let you go so you can catch up all the comments. And as we all say, well, me and Neil say, we do miss you and we do love you lots. And just take care of yourself and everyone else.
And
take care of
back
yourself.
at you. You are two of my favourite little frosted cupcakes.
Well, I'll speak to you soon, Boaty. Take care.
Take care, sweetheart. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye.
Ah, the lovely Sophie. And what a fabulous bit of luck. God, £510, eh? Oh, there's a thing. I'll have to tell you one of these days about why I ended up at the bingo. And more surprisingly, why I didn't hate it. Because my time at the bingo, ironically enough, was actually when I was quite successful. It is the best place. If you ever want to know what human life is really like, then go to a bingo hall and in the break, go into the smoking area. And then you will find out what humanity is really all about. It's absolutely hilarious. And, oh yeah, what's the other joke? How do you get 500 old ladies to say fuck? Get one old lady to shout, house! Now then, where did I get to with the old comments? I was, I was somewhere around here, wasn't I? Somewhere around there. That's where I'm going to start from anyway. Oh, gosh. I'm hungry now as well. I'm looking forward to me supper. So I am, to be sure. I'm looking forward to me supper. It's Jesus Christ. I'm properly looking forward to me old supper. Oh, yes. No, sorry about that. Apologies to any Irish people who were offended by that terrible accent. Alan Simpson is with us. Evening, Monsieur Bateau. Et ami. Good evening to you, Alan. Skick is here. Hi, honest Deck here, and a jolly good evening to you, Skick. Oh, lots of highs and hellos, and oh God, there are bloody hell. Oh, hang on. I've got to remember. I can't just whiz by people saying hello because I need to say hello to them myself. Bad Books is here. Hello. Simone is here. Hooked on Classics, of course. I watched your video today, Simone. Now, normally you say, I don't know if you saw my video, and I say, yeah, no, haven't quite got around to that. But I have. I watched your review of the Citroen Saxo earlier on today, my lovely, and I very much enjoyed it. Wait, what? Says Peter P. Oh, crap, says Matron. Land Rover was hit by a bus, and the bus was in capital letters. Alan Simpson says, oh, no, not boo. Bus v Land Rover, says Peter P. Jimmy Quinn is eating a Chinese right now. What the feck happened to Boo? Asked Andrew. She was attacked by a big yellow bastard bus. Oh, yeah. I loved that bit in that video. The big yellow bastard bus. If you saw the video when I was walking back from the garage, then you'll know what that's all about. I'll tell you what happened, darlings. I was basically making tomorrow's video here in the old kitchenette. And I heard shenanigans outside, darlings. Shenanigans. That's what I heard. I heard shenanigans. And what it was, right now, I have to assume at this point, or I have to hope, that you all watch my videos very carefully, or you've been here, or you've been here when I'm not here, and you're just, some kind of weird stalker who comes around and tries to sniff my underpants on the washing line. Good luck with that. I haven't got a washing line. Sorry. I mean, you could sniff my underpants on the radiator, but you'd have to break in, unless I forgot to lock the door. So anyway, the point is that, right, so you know where I am in the kitchen, yeah? So I'm looking out to the front, yeah? So we've got bottom row out there. Now, you know the junction just there. You know how that junction works, right? You see me driving home at night. It's easy to drive into bottom row from the top of the hillside. Nice, easy, nothing like a 90-degree turn, like a 30-degree just turn in. If you try and turn into bottom row from coming up the hill, like I do at night when I'm coming back from work, you know how much of an acute turn it is. And if you remember back, how far back? Maybe, I don't know, maybe 7-8 months ago. If you remember, a delivery truck tried to do that turn from coming up the hill, tried to turn right into bottom row, and hit my neighbour Nick's car. And thank God I saw it. So I was able to tell him all of the details. And because the guy that hit his car, he almost wrote his car off, his beautiful BMW. But the guy drove off. He either didn't know he'd done it. He did catch it with the back of his truck, to be fair. And Nick was able to successfully claim on their insurance. He bought me a stupidly expensive bottle of wine for saving his bacon. But you can't do that turn in anything bigger than a car or a small van. It's just not feasible. So what you have to do, there are two ways here. There's the bottom of the triangle, and there's this way here. So if you're coming down the hill, you can turn left. If you're coming up the hill and you're a car, you can turn right. If you're a larger vehicle and you're coming up the hill, you have to turn right down at the bottom one and then turn left to get up here. You can't turn right into this road. It's not possible. Now, for some reason, a lady driving a double-decker bus, God knows why, it's not their proper route, decided to try and turn right into bottom row off the main road. Complete madness. There was chaos. There's also problems with the unevenness of the road surface. So she got the bus stuck. She blocked up the main road for God knows how long. She got the bus launched on top of that. It was absolute chaos. And she continued trying to do it. And she was having to do a 25-point turn, turning in, reversing back out onto the main road. Chaos on the main road, traffic backed up everywhere. Well, she's trying to do this. And of course, she's trying to swing a massive double-decker bus round, and Boo is parked outside. Now, I get to all of this a little bit late, so I'm thinking, shit, I need to film this. And I was really late getting to it, but I did manage to film the last bit where she took the last bit of driving this double-decker bus around there. Complete madness, complete lunacy. God only knows what she was thinking of. Not a clue. Incredibly dangerous. Pain in the arse to all of the other road users. Wouldn't have done the bus any good, getting it grounded on the high spot on that turn-in. And then she didn't stop, buggered off. I went outside to have a look, and there's a minor biff on Boo. Nothing massive. paint chip and a dent on the bumper, bit of scratching to the rear wing. Nothing huge, nothing end of the world or anything like that, but bit of a pain in the bum. I need to check the video footage. I haven't checked it. I'll do it now with you. Hopefully I got it. Oh, is it on the other phone? Might be on this phone. The iCloud thing won't have done its thing yet. Have a look. I might have just about got enough. I'll show you. Let me know what you think. This was filmed from the window of the front parlour. That was the culmination of, as I say, some ridiculous manoeuvring and a massive load of disruption on the. I might as well show you the next bit as well. It's very, very minor damage. Very minor indeed. And now I can't find it. Oh, I've got a still of the bus. Where was the bit where I filmed the damage? Oh, maybe that was on this phone. Was it? Here we go. Oh, it doesn't actually show it very well. I won't bother showing that. It's not the end of the world by any means. And if it was, to be honest, if it was just one of those things where it was parked in a tight village or something like that, I wouldn't do anything about it. But the fact that it was done by the stupidity, forgive me, but the stupidity of the driver, they must know the route. There's no way a bus could ever be authorized to try and make that turn. It's horrifically dangerous. So for that reason alone, I'm probably going to chase it up with the bus company and get the, make them do the repair. Like I say, it's very, very minor, but it shouldn't have happened, and I shouldn't have to live with it. So there you go. Hello, everyone, and all who watch the Head Gasket Heroes, says Simone. A succulent Chinese meal, says Andrew. I almost got hit tonight, says Alan, by a chap who decided to drive the wrong way up our urban dual carriageway. That was a new one on me. Going up the wrong one, says Peter P. Nothing new there. Chaz Brown is with us and says, an agenda dick-a-dum-dum. Hi, Boaty and all. As I've said before, says Skick, the boiled ham issue made me make a life-changing decision. Would it be an issue for you, Boaty? Serious question. And by the way, really, I was looking for an explanation for something situation. What does that say? BH situation? 8 hours situation? God, my eyesight. Oh, I'm going to have to do the old person thing. Hang on, let me. It's the bad light. BH situation. Oh, boiled ham. Would boiled ham be right? Are you talking about the health thing where they said that eating too much processed ham was going to give you piles or something? I don't know. Oh, hello. Why is that so quiet? Hang on, let me put you on speaker. Good evening.
Hello, this is Bob from Specsavers. I hear you're having trouble seeing.
I'm having terrible trouble seeing Bob. Can you help me?
How you doing, brother?
I'm all right, mate. How are you? How are you?
Who's it blue?
A bus. It's only a minor nudge.
Is it the tourist bus?
Is it the what?
The tourist bus.
No, regular bus going where it shouldn't go.
Oh, you joking?
No, it's only very minor, but I'm gonna go through with it because right, you know I take it you've not listened to the last 10 minutes.
No, I saw the video and I've seen like what happened.
Right, so
but why is it deviated off its route?
I don't know, but you know how tight that turn is.
Yeah.
Well, nobody in their right mind would try that in an HGV, would they? Let alone a bloody double-decker bus.
No, it's a bit odd enough trying to get round with the trailer on, let alone a bus.
You wouldn't get round with the trailer on.
No.
You wouldn't. You can't even get round it in a long wheelbase van. Now, fortunately, my neighbour is away, so there's no car parked outside theirs. Otherwise, their car would have been totaled. But yeah, I had no idea what she was doing. She was, I don't know, nice-looking elderly lady. God knows.
Maybe she needed to get to Specsavers.
God knows, mate. But I'm gonna go through with it.
Let's face it, it's not a tiny car, is it?
No. Oh, she could see it. It's not on the film, but she'd done about maybe 10 or 15 shuffles. You know, reversing on full lock, going forward on full lock. She'd done about 10 or 15 of them, and everybody was hooting at her and going mad on the main road. And I think eventually,
why didn't she just reverse back and go around the normal route?
She'd gone too far, and there was traffic all backed up. She'd got the bus grounded on the high part of that junction. It was a nightmare, and I think she obviously just got to the point where she's like, "Oh fuck it, I'll just go." And you know, she must have she was only an inch away from missing it altogether, so she wasn't a mile off.
No, it's one of them, but I'll definitely take it further, like me with the council. Keep it going.
Oh, I will do.
That video looks like you can see the reg and the person who was driving it, so they've got no leg to stand on.
No, they won't have. They won't have. I've dealt with them before. They wrote my Toyota Previa off when the artist formerly known as Mrs. Boaty was driving it, and they tried to wriggle out of that one, and I just I sent them a letter or an email, and I said I've got a lot of eyewitnesses who have already given a statement. It will be used in court, and I will do your driver for perjury as if he tries to deny it as well as the damages. And then suddenly the driver remembered that, oh yeah, I did do it. Yeah, it was me.
Bloody hell, right, I'll let you crack on, mate. But yeah, as long as it ain't too detrimental, that's the main thing.
It's only a paint chip. Maybe a little dent and some light scratching that would on the rear wing that would probably polish out. To be fair, I'll have a proper look at it.
They say where there's a blame, there's a claim.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And like I said, if it was a one of those things thing, I'd just take it on the chin, say don't worry about it. But the fact that it was done through stupidity means that no, bugger it. I'm
stupidity tax.
Yeah, exactly, a stupidity tax. I'm not going to have a damaged vehicle because of somebody else's stupidity.
But if she'd have stopped, pulled over, and just come and knocked the door and said, I've hit your car, I'm sorry, we'll sort it out. It's the same situation as what I was with the bin company.
To be honest with you, she's driving a big double-decker bus. It's literally, it must have just barely touched it. It's only taken the surface paint off. So she probably didn't even realise. And she would have been so hyped up by having blocked the main road for 10 minutes and everybody hooting and hating her. And she's probably cursing herself for being in that situation. She wasn't going to stop. She just wanted to get her ass out of there. I'll get it sorted tomorrow.
But look, no, I'll let you crack on, mate.
Okay, buddy.
See you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, dear. It's all good fun, isn't it, darlings? How's the time doing? Oh, God, time's marching on. Yeah, I can't remember what the processed ham was supposed to do to you. I can't remember whether it gave you hemorrhoids or heart attacks or cancer or whatever, but it's not something that's going to worry me. I eat it rarely. When I do eat ham, I eat really good farm ham, and I enjoy it, and it won't stop me enjoying it every now and then. Oh, more people saying hello. Keep your hands on the table, please. Have you tried Bronco Stop Cough pastilles, Arcel and Simpson? My parents put me onto them, and they definitely help my cough, especially at night. I'd need to check what they had in them, because a lot of cough medicines, like Benylin, for example, are contraindicated for MH, so I can't go anywhere near them. They would do very bad things to me. Playing with your settings usually ends up with something bigger, says Andrew. I always preferred Frasier, says Karen. Oh, Frasier was very good indeed. Chaz Brown says, I returned from a few days in a caravan in Skegness. Oh, you didn't meet John, did you? Skeg must be the mobility scooter capital of the world, and has 1 million fish and chippies. Yeah, it's a dreadful place. It's a dreadful place. Karen is giving us her not impressed look. Oh, dear. Boaty, stop being a see you next Tuesday. Go to the pub. That'd be a great way to have a marital fallout, wouldn't it? You're being a thing, go to the pub. All right, I'll go to the pub. Maybe that would solve a lot of marital arguments. If you just said, look, you're being an arse, go to the pub and come back in a better mood. That could be the way to solving future marital arguments. So it's like being sent off in a really good way. You're not allowed to stay in the home environment because you're being a total clattering buttock, but your punishment is that you go to the pub. I could deal with that. Except that I've just remembered that I don't like pubs. Never mind. Heard it. All right, yeah, jolly good. Jolly good. Boaty wants that pork pie, says Peter P. I do. Oh, dear. Pepos is a pizza parlour. They have sauce to die for, explains Karen. Andrew says Bike Fest can get a bit rowdy. Neil says we are back. Speed limits may have been slightly broken. Cheers, Boaty, says Lord Stiff Upper Lip. Throw us in the back of a van and tie us up with his pants. Peter P, you get every reference in my videos. That is a reference to me coming back with this here table there, and I had to. It was hanging out the back of my Ford Escort van, and I had to secure the doors because I didn't have any rope. I had to secure the doors with my trousers and drive in my underpants. True story. Totally true story. Oh dear. Neil says, I had the greatest pleasure of sharing the cinema with one of my ex-partners. And while I was waiting for Sophie in the hall, she came out, looked at me and pulled her face. But I just smiled back. Happiness is always the best revenge, Neil. Oh, lots of love for Sophie. My goodness gracious me. Neil says, I was sacked as a bingo caller, apparently. Dinner for two with a head of you is not 69. I've told you my bingo caller story where I was made to do it in the social club I was working in. And I used the Chinese takeaway menu. I was almost lynched and I was never asked to do it again. I thought it was hilarious. And the more people booed and complained, the funnier I thought it was. I am slightly whizzing through a bit, darlings, because I'm aware that I'm probably very much behind on the comments and time is marching on, isn't it? And it's Friday night, so it's a late one. I daren't go later than 12:30. I assume it's the COVID or whatever, but I kind of need some rest, even though I'm feeling better tonight. I didn't get out of bed until 11 this morning, so I just needed it. My body was absolutely bloody on its arse. Well, quite literally when I was lying in bed. Lovely. Safe sounds sober, says Dave. Oh, Dave Smith, the lovely Dave Smith. Oh, jolly good. I'd be buzzing if I just won 500 quid, to be fair, says Barry. Bloody hell, me too. Duncan Guillotine is very much alive, says Bad Books. Back in the 1970s, my gran used to buy me a screwball ice cream from his ice cream van in Stewart's Park, Middlesbrough. See, I knew he had ice cream vans. I used to watch, I had it on video, one of the early Behind the Dragon's Den people things. They did an episode on each one. And they told all about Duncan Guillotines. He had a heart attack or something, didn't he? Quite recently. That was, well, probably a few years ago now. That was why I asked. And yeah, he was talking about his beginnings in business. And he had an ice cream van. And he used to get into pitch battles with other ice cream vans that would always end up in physical fights. He could obviously handle himself. And then he made his money in nursing homes, didn't he? He built a nursing home and then wanted to build another nursing home or buy another nursing home. And he was trying to do it off the back of the first one. And the first one wasn't up and running yet. So he got his mum and all her mates to come in and pretend to be residents so he could show that it was fully up and running concern, so he could buy the second one. And then he did the third and the fourth and so on. And that was where he made all of his quids, or where he made the first of his quids. Anyway, God, I haven't seen that. I used to watch that. I quite warmed to Duncan Guillotine, I must admit, because of that program. I can't remember what it was called. I just remember that I had it on videotape, and on the same videotape was the Top Gear special, the American one, where they tried to buy cars for cheaper than they could rent them. You know the one I mean. And they were on the same videotape, and it's a tape that I used to play a lot in the kitchen of the Welsh cottage, because I had a TV and video player on top of the fridge freezer in the kitchen. And I used to have that tape on when I was pottering about. I'm quite obsessive about things. If I like something, I'll watch it over and over again rather than watching something new, because I would rather watch something that I enjoy again than watch something for the first time that I might not enjoy. And I'm sure I saw somewhere that the last ever episode of the Grand Tour is out now. So that's what I'm going to be watching after this live stream, which is going to finish in about 9 minutes. Because I want the last ever episode of Hammond, May and Clarkson. And quite frankly, I want my supper. I is peckish, darlings. That's what I is, peckish. And I don't mind who knows it. Oh, excuse me. Oh dear. Show him the spatula of obedience. Oh, I like that one. The spatula of obedience. Oh, God. Shane B is with us and says hello, everybody, and hello to you. Thank you for joining the Madhouse. I'm flicking over some comments. Nice to meet you all, says Shane. I've been watching a lot of Boaty's videos. This seems a great community to be a part of. Ah, how lovely. How lovely. Well, you're very welcome. You are very welcome indeed. And apologies for you'll find that it takes about 40 minutes for me to get to your comment. But you are very, very welcome indeed. And thank you for making yourself known. And I hope you won't be a stranger around these parts. We might seem like a bit cliquey because it tends to be the same people here night in, night out. And it's true that we are a very close-knit, warm community, both virtually and in real life, because a lot of us have developed this online virtual thing into real life friendships, but we always welcome new people. And if you can fit in with, if you can fit in with our madness, then you will be once, twice, and thrice welcome. So a big warm welcome to Shane B. Oh, lovely. Look, any excuse to have a glass of wine. Marvelous. Marvelous. Mad? Isn't this laid back Friday? I don't know. I lose track. Oh, it was laid back last night, Peter says, matron. More mad tonight because Boat is much better. I am feeling a bit better. What on earth is that? I said I would die for you, baby, but I can't take this pain no more. Thought I was willing, but tonight I saved my life when I showed you the door. That's tracks to a track to music of some sort. Every day is a mad day in the world of Boaty, says Andrew, and there is some truth in that. Let's spend our honeymoon in East Berlin, and though like lemmings, we will never swim. Tractor, says Fish in a Box. I'm losing the plot with this. I'm losing the plot. You're all having bloody conversations amongst yourself. There's talk about the spatula of obedience. There's God knows what's going on. I can't read anything because I'm old and my eyes have stopped working. Oh. Right. We've got 5 minutes to plow through these comments, tickle each other up and enjoy this wonderful Community Friday. And then I'm going to bugger off and watch the Grand Tour, if it is out, and get me some supper, hit the sack, finish my wine. Obviously, I mean, I'm not an idiot. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Oh, and I left you hanging, didn't I, the other night about opening the door in the very early morning and a man thrusting his meat into my hands. That is in tomorrow's video, darlings. All will be explained tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll spank you tomorrow. It's only a day away. Way in it, bruv. Oh, see you, bruv. You is chatting pure piffle waffle. Get on with it. As long as the damage isn't too bad, then Boaty, it's not too bad at all. It's not. But I'm going to go ahead and try and get them sorted out. Oh, dear. It's on my to-do list to visit Berlin, says Skick. That's a good thing to have on your to-do list. I never have done it, and it's something I would like to do. Forget the fucking bus, says Skick. Bit difficult to forget it when it smacked my Land Rover, Skick, but I'll do my best not to let it dwell on my mind. So, is that a thing in the UK, asked Andrew, for poor innocent parked up Rovers to get rogered by larger vehicular doings? Apparently it is. Shane B says, oh, now this is interesting. This is interesting. Shane B says, I walked past Boaty's house today on my walk in the Peaks. I love it when this happens. I love it when people, oh, what time did you walk past? Was I here? Were you here when the bus hit my Land Rover? Oh, did you, because the curtains were open in the front parlour. Be honest, I won't mind. Did you nose in and have a look at the at Barry, Robin, and Morris, and the telephone on the telephone table? I hope you did. I especially hope you did, because I cleaned those front parlour windows today. Genuinely, I did. On the inside, anyway. I've got a window cleaner for the outside. I even pay him sometimes. Actually, I'll tell the truth. The last time the window cleaner came, it's only 15 quid. It's not like it's a huge amount of money. And he does upstairs and downstairs, and he does the windowsills and all of that. The last time he came, Neil and Sophie were staying here. And as usual, he always comes round when I haven't got any cash. Not on purpose, obviously. He wouldn't know when I've got cash or not. He just always happens to. And that's not me just saying, oh, yeah, I've got my trousers on with no money in the pocket today, window cleaner. Sorry about that. He's a lovely guy. He's a lovely guy. And it just so happens that the last couple of times, he'd been around when I had no cash, and I'd had to catch up with him in future. And the last time I was here, I kind of said, oh, God, you've done it again. You've done it again to me. I haven't got any cash today. And he's going to say, oh, don't worry, sort it out next time, blah, blah, blah. And bless him, Neil paid him. Neil paid my window cleaner. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Why was I talking about windows? Oh, yeah, I cleaned my windows. I genuinely cleaned the inside of the front pile of windows today with a microfiber cloth, darlings. And it looked much better. I just noticed when I was filming in the parlour that I thought those windows are a bit mucky. They're a bit mucky, lad. So I cleaned them, and all of the frames and all of that sort of thing. And I felt better for having done so. I felt less slovenly. And yeah, I had a kind of hyacinth bouquet glow about me. So Shane, I hope you had a nose in the front parlour window today when you walked past. Oh, right, it's past. Get on with the comments. Trouble is, Boaty, says Bad Books, bus companies will put it through the insurance and the bar stewards are likely to write off Boo. Oh, it's nothing like a write-off. Honestly, it's a patch like that where the paint has been chipped off. It's in reality, if you weren't going through an insurance company, then it's a polish on the I'm fairly sure those scratches would come out with a really good cut and polish or machine polish or whatever on the wing, and then it would just be blowing a bit of paint over on the bumper. Obviously the insurance company will want to put a new bumper on, but they're not going to write off a nice Freelander for a bumper, surely to God. Well, it depends how much it costs, I suppose. But I mean, to be honest, between you and me and the gatepost, if they or the insurance company just chuck me a few bob, I'd get somebody to just blow it over, spend the difference on a night away on a Monday night hotel wild camp thing, and forget all about it. Yeah, so if they just wanted to chuck a few £100 at me, I'd get it sorted on the El Cheapo, and treat myself to a Monday night away. Jimmy Quinn says, I went to Berlin in the early 80s, both sides through Checkpoint Charlie. Oh, that's quite, that's genuinely an interesting thing. It's fascinating when you go somewhere that's split like that. Obviously, I had a house in Cyprus, and Cyprus is split. And one of our friends, myself and Lisa's friends, had army connections and whatnot. So we were able to go from the south of the island to the north of the island through the what they called the Kyrenios Mountains, or whatever. So it used to be a pain to get to the north. If you're in the south of Ireland, of Cyprus, the Greek side might be different now. So, you know, I bought the house in 2003. So, you know, 20 years plus ago. But back then, if you wanted to go to the south to the north, you couldn't really cross the border. You had to fly to Turkey and then fly from Turkey back to the north of the island. Not us. We just went through the mountains, darlings. And we only did it once. We didn't bother again. Wasn't really worth it. I liked it where we were. And if anybody's interested, then our house was on the beach in Pavolia, which is on the southern coast of Cyprus, about a 20-minute drive, maybe a little bit more, from Larnaca. Very, very lovely little place. One bar, I've told you this before. It was a great life. It was a great life. There was a more touristy place just down the coast with a much better beach. We had a stony beach, but our house was like one of about 12 beach houses. So, you know, just right on the beach. And in Pavolia, there was one bar and one restaurant, and it was just great. You went to the restaurant for your dinner, had your dinner in the restaurant, and then when everybody had eaten, the restaurant would close, and all of you and the owner of the restaurant we'd all go to the bar, which was called the Fissy Fassy. And then we'd just spend the rest of the night in the bar until we all wobbled home. It was lovely. And they were lovely people and a lovely village. We were going to get married there. And it was actually all booked. And they were going to, because we'd kind of been adopted by the villagers, it was going to be a village celebration. The village was going to close down. We were going to get married in the village hall by the local mayor or whatever he was called. And then there was going to be a procession and all of the normal celebrations that would happen when village people got married. We were going to be given all of that. And we bought the rings, and Lisa bought the dress and all of that. It was all going ahead until the awful thing happened. Not my fault, not her fault, not anybody else's fault, but an awful thing. And it put paid to the whole thing, very sadly. I love Momo, says Shane B. Excellent. Hang on, have I missed a couple of comments there? Oh, yeah, Jimmy went to Berlin. Speaking of meat, says Jimmy F500, did you finish the story about the person who... right, yeah. Tomorrow's video. It's in tomorrow's video. Barry has been to Amsterdam, France, lived in Germany as a small kid, and been all over America. Shane says, PP, 99p, and you get menu, Momo. Yeah, well, channel membership, you see. Channel membership. Boaty, of all the female celebrities that you most detest, which one would you most properly give a good pottering? Well, of all the ones I detest, Katie Hopkins, I think, off the top of my head. Oh, dear. I am going to have to whiz through these comments, darlings. Oh, dear. Oh, right. Mention Dylan Thomas and Richard Burton, and you win a place in my heart. And nobody reads Dylan Thomas better than Dylan Thomas. If you want to hear Dylan Thomas being read, then hear him reading it. But if you can't read Dylan Thomas, then Richard Burton is undoubtedly the next best. But there I'm talking about poetry. So if you're talking about something like Under Milk Wood, where Dylan Thomas is writing pure character rather than poetry, then, for example, first voice in Under Milk Wood, it can only be Burton. Anything other than Burton for the first voice of Under Milk Wood is a lamentable. It really does have to be Burton. Do you guys have meetups in the peaks? Shane, I need some walking buddies. Yeah, well, people come and stay with me and we get out and about. Captain Mustard. Oh, you guys don't know this. Captain Mustard is coming here on Monday. So have you got any suggestions of what we should do? And there's a phone call, but I'm not taking it. It's sorry, it's 38 minutes past midnight. I should have gone 8 minutes ago. I need to get through these comments. Diddly do. Can anyone help? I'm after a Wales fridge magnet. Barry, yeah. Let me know what you want. Next time I'm in Wales, I'll get one and send it to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, says Sean. Oh, insistent. Hold on. Let's get you on speaker. Good evening.
To begin at the beginning. It is spring, moonless night in the small town, starless and Bible black. The cobbled street silent and the hunched coaches and rabbits wood limping, invisible down to the slow black, crow black, fishing boat bobbing sea.
Not bad.
How do?
Not bad. How are you, mate?
Exhausted. I've just finished my video.
That's
and
bloody
I'm just waiting
late.
for it to come out of the computer.
That's seriously late.
The spurt caught me at 7 o'clock. I went outside. There was a smell of frost in the air and of a coal fire in the distance. So I thought, what do you do at sunset? You go for a walk in the woods.
No, that sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
So the video starts off in the daylight, and by the time it gets to the end, you can just about see me.
Okay. Are you a fan of Thomas, Dylan Thomas?
Yes, there's Under Milk Wood, of course.
Of course.
But there's also one called the Shadowbound Trip.
That's either bigger, not bloody Dylan Thomas.
No, I'm sure it was. I'm sure there's one called the Shadowbound Trip, which starts off along the lines of this story hasn't got a beginning or an end.
Oh, okay, maybe Ivor Biggin ripped off the title then for his version of it. Maybe that's what's happened.
And it's basically about them going on a charabanc trip for the day to the sea, and they don't get past the first pub.
Oh, okay. Have you ever been to the boathouse in Larne?
No.
Dylan Thomas's boathouse?
No, that is on my list, but I do plan to recreate it on my homestead overlooking the stream.
Well, I have been there. Obviously, I'm a huge devotee of Dylan Thomas, and that was a pilgrimage that I absolutely had to make. So I've seen the writing shed and did the tour of the house and so on and so on. And
apparently, if you happen to go there and everything is closed, you can just go and knock on the door, and his great granddaughter will just get the key and go and open the boathouse for you.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, what I did is I went, this is quite a while ago now, I went with my ex-wife. And after we did the official things, we went locally and just chatted with people in pubs to try and meet people who were, we targeted people of a certain age to try and find out what his reputation was locally. And everybody kind of said the same thing, that he was the most gigantic drunken pain in the arse. He would get exceptionally drunk. He would try to fight everybody. And I thought, God, how fabulous. But yeah, it was it's a pilgrimage that kind of should be made. The boathouse is it's extraordinary by the fact that it's so not extraordinary. It's a shed. It's a shed in a nice spot where a man with the greatest gift for as a wordsmith in many generations just sat and worded his craft.
Sometimes if I can't go to sleep, I will listen to the what's his name? You said the name just now. And it's got him reading it.
Richard Burton?
Yes. It's got him reading Under Milkwood, and it's only once that I've listened to the whole thing, because I always go to sleep by the end of the first chapter.
All right.
Because I've got this thing that if you can't sleep, and if you listen to the same TV show or the same podcast, after a while, your brain knows what's coming, so it chills out, and then you go off to sleep a lot faster.
Yeah. Burton actually bought Under Milkwood purely so that he could play first voice. And if you know Under Milkwood and you know the Burton version, then you couldn't really imagine anybody else doing it. And of course, there was the version where Elizabeth Taylor played, what was her name? Captain Katz. I can't remember her name. But
well, they've done it on stage, but I don't think I would want to see it on stage because I came to it through the Burton version first.
Yeah, and you kind of can't move back from that. Apparently, I'm informed that the story you were talking about is called A Story, but is also known as
right.
The Outing.
It's called The Story, but it's about a charabanc. That's it.
The charabanc trip is very definitely by Ivor Biggin, who was also Doc Cox on That's Life in the old Esther Ranson days.
I wrote 200 letters when I was 16. I wanted to get into TV. And Esther was the only one that responded
Oh, really?
out of everybody there. Yes, I will. Or I am going to. Right. I've just found a YouTube video of Philip Maddock reading a story called "The Outing" by Dylan Thomas.
Ah, there we are. Now, of course, Philip Maddock was my neighbour in Gleneath.
Well, I sent his wife to hospital.
Did you?
Max Boyce was doing a 6-week run live on a Saturday night from the Park and Dare Theatre at 7 o'clock. And I was about 15, 16, and I wanted to get into TV, so I badgered them to go and help. And it was a live TV show, and it started, and I thought, what's this cable across the floor here? So I lifted up the cable as at the same time as Ruth Maddox suddenly appeared in the wings, running at 50 miles an hour, because she had to run on stage. I wasn't aware of this. She started to run. I lifted up the cable. She went arse over tit and just fell across the stage.
Oh, God.
So everybody's in stitches, but she'd actually broken her leg. So for the rest of the run, she appeared in a wheelchair.
Oh, Godfathers, really?
And I didn't bother to go back for the second recording.
Yeah, I can imagine you wouldn't. Well, obviously, you've been outside my old place in Gleneath, and obviously to the back of that there's the forest, but then cutting through the forest, you've got the Banwan Road, which goes up from Gleneath up to the Banwan Road. And if you walk directly through the forest from my back garden, there's a path through. So my nearest neighbour to the rear is the yellow house. I don't know who lives there now, but straight through the wood, and then directly opposite on the other side of the Banwan Road, you've got what we all knew as the yellow house, and that was Philip and Ruth's house. And Ruth was there until she passed away, bless her.
And Max Boyce is still there.
Yeah, he's still going, isn't he? He's still going.
Yes.
Bloody hell, he's about 112 now. I've told the story before that a lot of comedians, when they're not on, as it's termed in the business, are not very funny at all. Max is one of those guys whose stage persona was just his own persona. And when I was living in Gleneath, Max would be in the post office often at the same time as me, presumably sending out merch or something like that. I ran an eBay business when I was in Gleneath, and I was sending stuff. And when you were in the queue in the post office, he was funnier than he was on stage. And we would literally just be rolling around on the floor. A genuinely lovely, funny guy.
Well, he was born on September the 27th, 1943. So he's 81 this year.
Blimey.
But I interviewed Harry Hill, and yes, he was the most difficult person to get anything out of in an interview. Because as you said, funny on stage, but off stage, just quite depressive.
The one I noticed it with most was Bob Jasper Carrot. He was, I knew him very well. I bought and sold his cars. And he wasn't particularly difficult. He was a very different guy to the guy that appeared on stage, you know?
I think it's a bit like I had a friend who's a dentist, and he didn't want to tell people he was a dentist because you knew within the first 60 seconds somebody would go, can you just have a check of this tooth? And I think with a comedian, people go on then. No, make me laugh.
Make me laugh. It's a fair thing. Doctors don't say that they're doctors at dinner parties because somebody will say, oh, I've had this dreadful twinge in my back. And
I had a doctor on the allotment site next door to me, And she said to me once, she said, I shouldn't really say this, but 80% of our work is guesswork. So I thought, right then, well, I'll guess it myself.
Use Dr. Google.
So anyway, I will let you go on because it's coming up to, Friday the 13th is gone now. I always have a good day on Friday the 13th. I always have a bad day on Saturday the 14th.
Oh God! Well, best wishes for tomorrow. When I got up, I realised it was Friday the 13th, but I've had a great day. I'm not feeling quite as bad. Today's video has done really well by my standards. So yeah.
Well, I think you've created a video today, not being aware of, because there is a silent video called a storytelling video where you say a story but you spread it over several different locations which don't necessarily have anything to do with the story.
Oh, okay.
So when you did it, I thought, you're doing something here without being aware of what you're doing.
I was totally unaware. I didn't know that was a thing.
But I was thinking it could be a nice strand where you just spend a video a week where you just talk about, you start at the very beginning, because apparently it's a very good place to start. And you could do like an autobiography in video.
Yeah, that might be interesting, actually. I mean, it will all be stuff that's probably come out in bits on a video here, a video there, or a live stream here, or a live stream there. But a lot of that stuff I did in the very early days when I had about 9 subscribers. And as you say,
it's that thing of people don't search. So whatever you've done in the past year, you can repeat it every year.
Yeah.
Right. I've been to my baking class today, and I put a nice bun in the oven. So I'm going to have a slice of it now with some dirty food, as I call it, which is a tin of spaghetti hoops and ravioli mixed up together with some toast.
Oh, that sounds disgustingly fabulous. Good for you.
And I will probably wake up at 4 a.m. with my sleep apnea, but you've all got to die at some point, so
Oh, do you suffer from that?
Yes, and it always gets triggered by any product that's been made by Heinz.
Okay. Did you hear?
And I haven't got any antacid tablets in the house. But
did you hear the thing? Have you heard in the news over the last couple of days about the breakthrough drug they found for it?
All right. Well, apparently it's just been on the news that you might only have 2 shows left, because apparently there's an asteroid coming past Earth on Sunday, and there's a possibility it could hit us.
Oh well,
So if I was you, I would have a nice bit of roast for Sunday.
Yeah,
absolutely. It could be the last one.
It could be the last one. I'll have an extra glass of wine as well.
And also, your van, it wasn't scraped by an Ocado van, was it?
No, it was definitely a double-decker bus.
Well, I look forward to the video tomorrow.
Yeah, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. But yeah,
all the best.
Okay, mate. I'll tell you about the sleep apnea thing privately. The lovely Sean. Oh God Almighty! And now it's 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, right. I'm just gonna fly through the comments. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm so sorry for this. I'm going to ignore the comments and bugger off and get my curry. Oh dear. That was a good video you put out earlier, Boaty, Dave Smith. And Dave, thank you very much. That was incredibly kind. I was very, very grateful indeed. Simone's off to bed. People are saying good night. God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've had to whiz through quite a lot of your comments. The sleep apnea thing, just to catch up on that. They've discovered that an epilepsy pill in the early trials can cure or totally alleviate the symptoms of sleep apnea. That's what I was getting at with that. It was a Radio 4 thing. I apologize for having to slightly ignore your comments, but it's 1 o'clock in the morning, darlings. We all need to get to bed. I need to get something to eat. I've got wine to finish off. There's the Grand Tour to watch. And oh, who knew? I did a thing today with my video. I did a thing that I didn't even know existed, using different scenery that didn't relate to what I was saying. So there we are. Go me. Thank you so much for your company. As always, I'm so grateful. I love this time that we spend together. I'm sorry to keep you up until 1 o'clock in the morning. It's pretty bloody shameful. God almighty, I'm going to be dead tomorrow morning. Not literally. That's going to be Sunday, isn't it, when this damn asteroid hits? I'm very much looking forward to Sunday. And if you watch tomorrow's video, you will see why. And now I'm just going to shut up and say goodnight. I've got no idea what I'm going to call this live stream. But I've really enjoyed it. And I've loved this part of our time together. Thank you so much. Have a safe and peaceful night. Have the best weekend that you possibly can. Grab every little bit of joy and squeeze it anywhere that you can. Please join me tomorrow night, 11:30, Saturday Night Live, if you are able to. I would be very grateful indeed. And take care of yourselves, take care of those that you love, and if you have those that love you, take care of them as well. Much love from me, all the love in the world, and hopefully see you tomorrow night. But you, and indeed, a slightly late boss.